Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, July the 7th. I've got an old friend of mine with us, ALEX LaBRUNERIE. Good to have you here,
Good morning,
Alex.
Paul.
First time on Radio Friends from LaBrunerie Financial. And we were talking before we went on the air. You're one of the oldest financial firms in Columbia, right?
Yes. My father started the firm in 1966. Yes, Ferd.
Yeah,
Ferd.
in 1966?
1966.
And you were just a young whippersnapper. And
I was probably 3 years old in Shepherd Boulevard.
and you went to work then for LaBrunerie Financial when?
So I came back. I went away for several years after college to Denver and then moved back in 1989.
Yeah.
I think I was 28 or 29 at that time.
Yeah, and now you're pretty much running the company, aren't you?
And I'm not 28 or 29 either.
That's okay, Alex. But you didn't come in here with your bow tie today. Every time I see you, you've got the bow tie on.
I'll do that next time.
All right. But we thought it's important to talk about saving. And when you came in today, I said, I guess one of the most important things that you try to get across to people is the earlier you start saving, the better it is, right?
It's so true. It was true back in '66 when Dad started the business, and it's even more so now with, there's so many pension gaps. And for the younger generation, millennials, it's, I think, essential that they save upwards to 10% of their salary, which can sound like a lot but...
Well, when we're younger, you think, I remember when I was in my 20s, you think, 60 is a long way off.
Yes.
But it comes 60 and 70 and 80 comes a lot faster than you think. So the earliest you start putting money away, the better off you are.
I like to tell people, the young people, that they may not have a lot of money to save immediately in their 20s and 30s, but they're rich in time. They have a lot of time,
I like that.
And the magic of compounding interest really works to their advantage. They have 3, maybe even 4 decades of time to compound their savings in the investment of their choice.
And then if you're fortunate enough to work for an organization that matches your income, that's a double bonus.
Yes, and people need to look at that and make sure they're getting that what's called free money, or the employer's match in a 401k is, I think, what you're referring to.
Yes.
And to definitely take part in that.
Okay, so start early. That's the most important thing to keep in mind. Then when you're my age, or maybe before my age, you need to start...
You mean 40?
No, how about 70 there, 71. Long-term care. How important is long-term care?
That's what we're finding in the last year or so in our office. There's been a really big pickup in interest in long-term care as baby boomers have taken care of their parents who are in their 90s. So if you're 65 or 70 years old, you're kind of like those young millennials. You've got another couple of decades where you can compound savings over age 70 to age 90 is 20 years. So you
how
could
does
save for long-term care needs.
How does long-term care work?
There's 2 ways. You can self-insure by saving, continuing to save throughout your retirement years, or buy and hedge that risk with a long-term care policy of some sort. We like to suggest hybrid life insurance policies, but each person can make their own decision.
That if you buy a long-term care policy, does that mean that your money will not run out, or can you run out of it?
No, you can definitely run out of it. The long-term care policies usually have short periods of time, 3 to 4 years, that they'll pay a nursing home, and then after that, the pensions or supplemental savings
have to kick in. Okay,
it's
so these are all things that people need to look at. We can touch briefly on the current market. Now, it has been doing fairly well.
It's been it's up near record highs in the last year, and it's been a bull market for several years.
So how long can this bull keep running?
Well, it's an old saying, bull markets are killed, they don't die. So there's some event that will occur that we don't know about in the future that will drive valuations down. Hopefully it won't be severe as '08, but it could be a geopolitical event at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the worlds have gotten very heated in Asia and the Middle East. The economies in our country and Europe look reasonably strong for the time being. So there's nothing immediate on the financial
But a bull
horizon.
market cannot continue indefinitely, can it?
No, it's the one thing that's
it cannot
I think
continue indefinitely.
we all know that cannot. So, you know, remaining diversified and reviewing one's portfolio periodically for risk is important.
What about timing the market? Is that a no-no?
Pretty much, yes. Unless you're a very sophisticated hedge fund manager in Connecticut, timing the market usually doesn't work. It usually costs you a lot of money in commissions, taxes, and usually, oftentimes, poor performance.
Mm-hmm.
So.
These are all things that you need to keep in mind. One other thing, we're almost out of time, but I wanted to ask you about reverse mortgage. Is that a good option for people or not?
I think people need to they need to shop those very carefully. There's a big variance between providers, and they should, and the jury's out on how long. There hasn't been a lot of experience in these products, so the unknown effects are very much.
One thing I've read that is if you need money and you have enough equity in your home, using the equity from your house would be might be a better option.
If you have the income to pay it back, that would be the way to go.
All right. And Alex, you do, how do I do it? You practice the fiduciary rule.
Yes, that's been the Department of Labor, and the fiduciary rule is a standard we've always adhered to and will continue to. So.
Okay. So if you want more information about the investment or saving for long term, you can give Alex a call at LaBrunerie Financial. What's your phone number?
In Columbia, 449-5313.
Okay, 449-5313. Alex, pleasure. I've always enjoyed talking with you. We've known each other for a long, long time. Nice guy. I just wish you would have worn your bow tie today. I think I've only seen you one time without the bow tie. But come back again, will you?
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Alex LaBrunerie, 1966 there, LaBrunerie Financial. Pleasure having you with us today. We're out of time for today. Oh, this is Friday. Have yourself a good weekend. Monday. Weekend. Yeah, Monday we've got MU Theater Seussical the Musical on. And if there's something you'd like to hear or see, just drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Have yourself a good weekend.